I just woke up from this dream, and as soon as I was waking up, I felt that I was to post this dream immediately. So I'm shocked by this dream. But anyway, let me get into the dream. So I was in this place. I was on some kind of college campus where I was really just walking around, looking around. And so it started with me just looking around at the students. I was really observing the people more than anything, not the classes or anything like that. And this was not a godly college, which was very interesting. And it was adults there, young adults, but I also saw older adults, like even all the way up into their 60s, just older ones, maybe even older than that. And I think it just represented the people in this world that were sleeping, because as I'm looking around at these people, I was seeing that they was real goofy. Goofiness is when you think you should be serious. This is what I define as goofiness. There's something that's serious that you should take serious, but instead you're cracking jokes and you think it's funny and you think that it's just a big laugh. And, that's very annoying to me. And that's how these people were. And they were just laughing about everything. It was things going on in the world. There was end time events, and they thought it was funny. Whether it was a tsunami or animals dying, fish coming up dead, all kind of things like that. They thought it was hilarious. And I was just walking around and looking at all these people. And like I said, it's not just the young adults, but the older ones. They was all acting the same way. And I guess I was in Europe because Queen Elizabeth was coming, but I'll get to that. So I'm walking around and looking at everything, and I saw they was having some kind of event too. And I'm seeing them holding books and everything like that. And I knew that the things that they was studying, they was learning. They was ever learning, but they was unable to come to the knowledge of the truth. They was learning about this and that going on in the world and looking at the event. They was literally looking at the events, and they was laughing and cracking jokes about it. But they wasn't coming to Christ. They wasn't getting saved. They was goofy. They thought everything was a joke. And, how do you minister to somebody like that? It's sad. It's sad that people live that way. But, I've dealt with them many times. And out of all the people I've ministered to, I've ministered to people who have cursed out Jesus Christ, and cursed out the God of the Christian Bible, the worst ever imaginable. I've dealt with people threatening me. I've dealt with all kind of horrible, wicked, evil people. But the people who irk me the most are the goofies. To be goofy in these end days, that is really annoying. Really annoying. Just don't take anything serious. How can you minister to somebody that thinks everything is a laugh? And that's how these people were. It's not funny. This is the end of the world. People are dying. People are on their way to hell. This is not fun and games. The signs are in the air. I literally just yesterday, before I went to sleep, I was reading the Bible and praying, glory to God. But before that, I was writing notes. And I was discussing all the signs in the world today that are set up where you can easily look at all these signs and know we are headed to a major catastrophe. And I'm not even talking about revelation. I'm not talking about prophecy right now. I'm talking about science. Science. And I can make another video discussing that. I don't know about you guys if you're sub to the two preachers. I love them. I feature them. They discuss all these things going on in the world today. But what they haven't said that I could say, but that's a separate video, is to go to, really, I'm not going to say they haven't said it. God forgive me for that, because maybe they have said it, because I don't get to watch all their videos, because I'm very busy myself. I only watch, a video here and there. I used to watch all their videos, but I just don't have time. And so maybe they've said this. But all of these catastrophes are pointing to specific major events. That's science. And these people are laughing and think it's goofy. And even science points to an apocalypse, a major event, something horrible coming. And that's a separate video I have to do. But I have to get into the main point of this video because I haven't even gotten to the main point explosion of this dream. So anyway, I'm walking and I see they're having some kind of event. And I'm like, oh, what is this? And it was all these tables set up where they was giving out free clothes and hats. And I'm noticing that the people in this area, the way that I would explain them, they were dressed similar to Hunger Games. Like, I used to watch Hunger Games before I was awake. And let me say this too, because a lot of times I talk about being awake in 2013 and people think that's how long I've been saved. And that's it. But I've been saved I grew up, my parents let me just say this real quick because I have to say this to clear up confusion. But my parents raised me to be saved. Okay, we would have church all the time. They would take us to church, and then at one point they stopped going to church. We had church at home. I would go to church on my own with my sister, which I don't think my parents know that to this day, but I used to sneak away on Sunday and go to church. And I was in grade school. So this is something I grew up in, being saved. And then at 17, I literally walked up to the altar and gave my life to Christ. But I had already grew up that way. Then fast forward, my son was murdered and all this pain in my life. I became an atheist. And I was an atheist for a while. At least, that's what I thought. I just stopped believing in God and being in college, learning about all these other different gods that my parents had never taught me about all these other different gods. That's why it's important to really teach your children the truth about things. So when they get older and they get to college, like, what? There's other gods out there? What? And I was really confused and it was crazy. And I became an atheist. And that lasted for about a good year, I want to say. Maybe even longer, maybe 2 years. But honestly, I think it was not even a whole year if I really think about it. So I was an atheist. And then I got saved after that again. I was in the church. I did the prayer ministries. And I'm really trying to talk fast to get this done with. But I worked in the church. I led many people to Christ. Many people to Christ. Was always working with a church. Whatever church I was going to, I was always trying to work with the church because that's just what I did. Ministering. I've preached in a church before. I've done preaching many times. Street preaching. I've done that a lot of times. But I've worked in churches and all of that. So when I say I woke up in 2013, what I mean is I started understanding Illuminati. I stopped being lukewarm because up until then, I didn't even know I was lukewarm. I was still listening to, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, all of that kind of stuff. I thought I was saved and I thought I was right with God. And I started to understand that these people really worship the devil. And I started understanding that witchcraft was real. God started teaching me about secret societies. I started learning all kind of stuff. I was in shock. And that's why I say I woke up at 2013. Because to me, everything I was doing before that, when I didn't know the difference between good and evil, the battle that we're in, I don't even acknowledge that at all. But I have to say this because people be thinking, oh, you just got saved in 2013. I've been saved 10 years. I've been saved. So, no. So let me just clear that up. So anyway, back to the dream. So they was giving out all this stuff. And these people was dressed similar to like Hunger Games or people that partied in that with the weird hats and, but not to the extreme because in Hunger Games, it's like white powder on their face and all that. They didn't have all of that. But they clothes, it was kind of dressed kind of extreme looking. Like a real party, like, like pom-pom hats or something, just real party extreme. And people was coming to this thing, regular college looking. So they was giving out these props, giving out hats and shirts and things that you can just put over your clothes and wear. And I was looking at all this like, like what on earth? And then they offered me this pink shirt, but it was a really pretty pink shirt. And I said, oh, I like that pink shirt. And I can't even really explain. It was like these balls on it, but it was really pretty. And I took it, but I said I don't care to wear it for this. I can wear it for something else since it's free. So I did take the shirt, and I didn't put it on. I just took it. And so anyway, they was giving out all this stuff, and I'm seeing them all laugh. Everybody's laughing and goofy, not even understanding we in the end of the world. And they were saying that Queen Elizabeth was coming, and that she was gonna make an appearance to the people because she wanted to make an appearance to the common people and show them that she can talk to them face to face like that. And it was this stage, and it was these seats, like a regular stage has the seats, and these seats were, it's hard to explain, they were almost futuristic or something, but I don't really go to things like that, so it might be coming, I just don't know. But they were the type of seats that didn't have the gaps in between where you can put your feet down. There was something there, like if you wanted to lay down, like it went lower, but if you wanted to actually lay down, you could actually lay down. And so anyway, or you couldn't and just let somebody else sit there. So I went, it's hard to explain, I know I'm not making sense, I'm sorry. But anyway, so I went to go in there because I said to myself, now Queen Elizabeth is a demon. And I know she's a demon, which she is. I said that in a dream, but I know in real life that she is a demon. I have no doubt about it. It's not in the cosmos. It's not, oh, are you sure? I know for a fact that she is a demon. God has revealed that to me point blank. There's no question about it. That woman is a demon. I can even tell you what her demon looks like. She is a demon. Okay, and those people, there are people in this world that God has gifted to see these demons out here. And they know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm saying is real. She's a demon. And not only is she a demon, her husband's a demon. But I'm not going to get into all of that. I want to stick to the dream, because I can go on and on that. But it was shocking. This is not even the shocking part. Hang with me. So, I mean, this not the shocking part to me, because I already know this. So I was like, Queen Elizabeth's a demon. So I was like, what is she going to say about me being here? Is she even going to show up? Because I was a strong woman of God. And in the dream, I was wearing my regular militant uniform, by the way. And so I knew I was a strong woman of God. And I said, is she going to even, show up? And it's the seats. It was a seat that was really close to the front. So I went in there because I was curious. And I had folded my arms, too, like, what is this demon going to say? Like, is she going to, what is she going to say standing up there? Because I'll be praying against her the whole time. So I was curious to know if she would really, how praying against her would work. So I went in there and I got a seat and I sat down, and she was taking a while to come. So I wanted to look around. So I went to look around, and when I sat down, the lady that was sitting next to me, by the way, was really upset. And let me say this, because I almost forgot to say this. These people was all racist. The Lord was showing me that. I'm telling you, I think it represented the people in the world that are goofy and sleeping. Because I saw all races, black, white, Asian. And when I say Asian, you guys, I'm not talking about Indian. To me, because some people think I'm also including Indian. When in America, usually when we say Asian in America, we are not talking about the Indian race. And there's a difference to us between the Indian race and the Native American race, which is also called the Indian race. And I can get into why Columbus said that and all this kind of stuff, because I actually know that, but I'm going to leave that alone right now. But anyway, I'm not talking about Native Americans, and I'm not talking about Indians. When I say Asian, I'm talking about like Korean, Chinese, people from Taiwan, things of this nature. I'm talking Japan also when I say Asian. So let me say that. But there were Indians there as well. But so there were all kind of races at this thing. So anyway, I go to sit down, and this lady, she was really upset and did not want me to sit there. And so when I got up and I was looking around again, and I was talking to people, like trying to talk to them, and this throughout the dream as I would look around, but they were so goofy. They just kept laughing and being goofy and wasn't listening to anything I was saying. Wow, and it just dawned on me and hit me right now something that I said to the Lord, thank you, Jesus, because I literally just prayed. I said, God, why am I not having that many prophecies anymore? I'm not having dreams. I'm going to sleep night after night, not having dreams. I said, this is so weird. I used to have them all the time. I said, does this mean that we've already reached the people that oh my God, thank you, Lord, for answering this. I said, does this mean that we have already reached the people that we need to reach, and the other people just won't listen? They just won't listen until some major catastrophe happens, and then maybe they'll listen. I don't know. And I'm not wishing for a major catastrophe. Let me make sure I state that, because that's not the case. I'm wishing and hoping and praying that they would listen, and hopefully they'll listen to this video. And I said to God this, and that's exactly what he showed me in this dream. I'm walking around trying to talk to these people about Christ. I was trying to tell them about, the fact that we're in the end days and they need to get saved. And I remember that. I'm trying to lead them to the Lord. And they was too busy laughing and being goofy and just wasn't listening to anything I was saying. They just kept laughing like I was a big joke. And then they was talking to me like, girl, you need to relax, and trying to give me liquor. Oh, I almost forgot that. Trying to give me drinks and stuff and get me to just relax and enjoy the party, enjoy the scene. And I was really disgusted by it. And it was sad. I couldn't get through to anyone at this college place. And this was a huge college that, but anyway, let me go on. So I got up, and when I went back, she had taken my seat, the lady, and put a coat there talking about somebody is sitting there. And this was an older lady. She said her daughter was coming to sit there. An older black lady. So anyway, I lost my seat, and I said, well, maybe it's God's will, because I don't know how this demon is going to feel about me sitting here anyway. I don't know, how this is going to go down. But I wanted to, I was just curious, and I said, forget it. And I'm just going to leave. I'm just getting out of here. And as I turned around to leave, I saw all these limousines. Oh my, it was some of them was like SUV type limousines. And some of them was the regular stretched out limousines. And I said, oh, she's here. And I didn't know which one she was in. And she came out of a regular looking limousine. And she stood up. And when she came out, her hair looked black and gray. It wasn't the whole grayish look or whitish look, whatever. I think her hair's white right now. But it was like a black and gray. And she was dressed like a regular civilian, not in her pompous, outfits. And I looked at her, and the reason she did that, because she wanted to, how can I say it? She wanted to talk to the common folks and kind of fit in. She wanted to try to get them to think that she was one of them, like she was this common folk. Is what she was trying to do. Now, I don't know what that agenda was all about, but she was trying to do that. Trying to let them know, trying to get them to think that she's just like them. She's just a common folk, just happens to be a queen. So anyway, when she stood out of her limousine, I said, wow, there's a demon in the flesh. And I remember in this dream also thinking, how many other demons are around me? Because I knew she wasn't the only one. And so I looked at her. And she was just blinking her eyes with this smile on her face that was so artificial. And she was looking around, and she never looked at me. And as I'm looking at her, I said, she's robotic. She's a robotic demon. Now that was the shocking part to me. I literally said that in a dream. She is a robotic demon. A robotic demon. That is what I said. And wow, I was shocked. Because number one, I knew she was a demon. I'm not surprised that she's a robotic demon. But what is shocking to me is not that. It's the fact that God has given me a platform to discuss something that I have not been able to discuss for a long time. I've been wanting to tell you guys something that I could not tell you, because God did not call me for it to tell it. And not only did he not call me for it to tell it, I couldn't even write about it in my book, because he's never given me a prophetic dream to tell it until now. And my friends will probably have an idea what I'm talking about right now. My friends that I talk to on the phone. I have other friends that I talk to only online, but my friends that I talk to on the phone, they probably right now know what I'm talking about. I cannot discuss it in this video because it's already long enough, so I'm going to have to do a part 2. But yes, Queen Elizabeth is a demon, so if you follow her and different things like that, you know, she's a demon. A lot of these celebrities are demon. I've had dreams about Oprah Winfrey. I had another dream about Oprah Winfrey I didn't post, and that was because I had already posted one. I said, well, I've already posted a dream telling people she's a demon. So when I had the other one, but you know, maybe I should have posted it now that I'm sitting here saying this out loud. Because that means, you know, God doesn't want his people to be entertained by demons. Okay? He does not want that. You know, I love you all. Get away from these demons. A lot of these celebrities are demons. This is not a joke. It's not a game. It's not something to be goofy about. I'm telling you guys the truth. And more watchmen are coming out. Rarely, but they're starting to come out and say these things. I know a guy. I don't know his name, but an African-American guy. He made videos as well talking about these demons out here. And a lot of them are not naming them by names. I'm dropping names, okay? I'm dropping names. And I have not even dropped a tenth of the names that I know, okay, that God has revealed to me. And the way that God revealed it to me is not, it's a way that cannot be disputed. I know for a fact what they are. Oprah Winfrey is also a demon. And she's not the only one. It's many of them, many entertainers, and I've done videos about some of them already. I'll put them in the description box. And, you know, for those who are new to this channel, like, how can you call humans demons? What is the matter with you, Shauna? You know, what do you mean they're reptilians? Because I've had that conversation before. You mean they demonically possessed? No. I discuss these demons. I discuss how they're demons in human form. I will put a whole playlist in the description box. And if you really want understanding, because a playlist not only includes my videos, but it includes other watchmen's videos. Watch those videos, because this video, I'm looking at the time, it's almost 25 minutes long. I cannot discuss that right now. And I do feel for anyone, do not think that I do not relate to anyone getting new knowledge like this, and it's hard for them. I relate to you. I just, you know, that's just not be goofy about these end time matters. I love you all, and I have to do a part 2 of this to discuss this bombshell that I want to drop.